Tell me about the bright light.
It feels like home. And it's calling me.
Tell me more about
Just want to go home.
it. You said it feels like home. What does home feel like?
It feels free. It feels open. It feels light. There's so many birds.
Can you see the birds or hear them?
I can see them. I see like what looks like people, but they're taller and they're just white. And they're just walking. They're walking this way and they're walking that way. Everything's just white.
More about the people. They're tall and white.
They're really tall and their arms are really long. And their arms really swing when they're walking.
Okay. And what about you? If you look down, do you have a body there?
I'm white too.
How would you describe yourself?
So I have big feet, no shoes. My arms are really long. My hands look bigger than my hands now. I'm kind of surprised because the people seem kind of busy.
Tell me about that.
I don't know what they're so busy doing. I just feel like they're walking somewhere with a purpose. That just doesn't feel good.
I see. Okay. Interesting. Tell me more.
I feel like I'm moving somewhere else, like going through something, a wormhole or something.
What does that feel like?
It just feels like it's pulling me. And it's kind of dark now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm just like in darkness now, but it feels nice.
What does it feel like?
It feels like space, but without stars.
Mm-hmm.
It's really comfortable. It's like I'm floating, and it's really open. It's so vast.
Oh, tell me more about it.
It's like I can see things in the distance. They're like waves of light. For some reason, I feel like I'm overseeing something.
Oh, tell me more about how you feel.
I just feel like I have a purpose there, but it also just feels so good just to be floating.
And what do you mean you feel like you're overseeing something? Do you get a sense as to what you're overseeing?
Almost like things are being created. Sparks of newness or things are coming into existence and I'm overseeing it.
Tell me about
Almost like
that.
my children. They're not beings, they're just creation of light, all different colors.
Can you see what is being created?
Kind of looks like planets.
Tell me about that.
So it starts as light, like there's one that's pink, it's like a hot pink color. And it starts as like light cracking through darkness, almost like lightning. And then it just forms into shape. And then things start to grow on the planet.
Tell me about that. What kind of things?
Life, greenery, like plants, amoebas, and then there's evolution, and then there's these beings, different beings that form and exist.
How would you describe the beings that you see there or that you notice or feel?
They're really short. They're almost animal-like. Almost like a turtle, but it's not a turtle. But they have a purpose there.
What is their purpose?
To exist.
And you said they're short and they're almost animalistic.
Mm-hmm. They somehow bring balance to that planet. Like the planet couldn't be there without those beings being on it.
Why?
Because it wouldn't want to be there alone. It's in a relationship with the beings.
Are the beings aware of this? Do you know?
Yes.
And you said they look kind of like a turtle. What else do they look like?
But they have kind of a turtle shell, but and their legs are like feet are bigger. I don't know, they're very odd.
Do they have faces or head?
Yeah, kind of.
What does that look like?
So odd. It's almost like they're a bit square, but don't necessarily have facial features like we think of them. They don't need them.
Do they have any facial features or no?
Something that could be similar to eyes, but they don't like see out of them like we imagine that to be.
So you said they have a balance with that planet?
Yeah, it's like a symbiotic relationship. There's like an energy cord that goes from each of them to the core of the planet. And it's just so perfectly balanced with them and the planet.
And so your job is to oversee these things?
Well, that's just one of them. There's many planets.
Tell me more.
There's a yellow one that's forming right now. And it kind of reminds me of the moon. It's yellow, but I see these like craters in it like the moon.
What else do you notice about that one?
The planet feels different. It's more barren.
Uh-huh.
There's no life, but that's okay. I feel like I'm being taken somewhere else now.
What's it like to be taken?
It's almost like this like hole just opens up and I can feel myself being like sucked through it in a way.
Oh, tell me more.
I'm traveling through it now. And now I've come to a place it's just all white. It's just light. It's just white light.
What is that place like?
It's pure white. And then there's white stars. I don't even know how I can see the stars because they're the same color as the light, but I know they're there.
Tell me more.
I just feel like my body is receiving something.
Oh, good. Okay. You get a sense as to what it's receiving.
Um, I don't really know.
Okay.
Makes me feel a little bit sad.
Tell me about that. Follow your sadness. Where does it come from? Where does this sadness come from?
I just feel like I need to be repaired. Like I've been broken up into a million pieces.
Oh,
It wasn't supposed to be that way.
tell me about that.
No, it's like there's too many pieces. There weren't supposed to be so many pieces.
How did the pieces spread out?
I let them go.
How?
I don't know, I just didn't want to hold on to them for some reason.
And they're being repaired?
Yeah, they need to come back.
And what is happening?
Mm. I can see parts of my body like my arm, and there's just it's just laying. It's just like a piece that just is being laid on top of it, and my foot all over my body.
That's wonderful that it's being repaired. Is there anything else you notice about this?
I notice there's a part of me that's resisting for some reason. I don't really know why.
Tell me about this part of you.
I don't know. There's a part of me that just fights fights something. I don't know what it's fighting.
You get a sense why that part likes to do that?
It doesn't know what else to do.
No. Does it matter if it fights? Does it still get repaired?
still going to get repaired. Because it's time.
This part of you that fights. When did that part start fighting?
A really long time ago.
Can you go to when that was?
Feels like a me that was like locked in a cage.
Oh, tell me about that.
Like an animal in a cage.
What do you notice about this? If you look down, can you see your feet there?
Yeah, I'm barefoot and I'm really dirty. I'm sitting, my arms holding my knees, my legs.
What do you look like there?
I look human,
Oh,
but it's really dirty with ratty hair.
you get a sense if you're female or male there?
Male.
And what does the cage look like?
It's like thick iron bars. And there's actually animals too that are in the cage, like tigers or lions in different cages.
Oh, what does this place look like to you or feel like?
Feels like I'm on a ship.
What makes you say that?
So it feels like it's moving.
Do you get a sense how you spend your days in this place?
I just sit there, but I'm out of body, so it makes it easier.
What is that like? What do you do when you're out of body?
I just float above.
Tell me about it.
So I can't go too far because I need to stay connected, but at least I'm free.
Mm-hmm. When you're out of body, what do you notice about where you are and about what is happening? Are you aware of those things when you go out of body or not really?
I can hear men talking, but I don't go too far. I go over and I see the animals and I pet them.
You said there's like tigers.
Yeah.
You pet them as you're out of body.
Yeah.
Do they notice? Tell me more.
They're so sad. They're so sad to be in a cage.
Right? Did you get a sense how they became caged? What happened to them?
Well, they don't know. They just, it's like 1 minute they were free and the next minute they were in a cage.
What about you? Do you get a sense how you ended up in the cage?
I don't know. I can't seem to remember before being in a cage. I feel like all my memory of that is being in that cage.
Oh, okay. And do you get a sense how you spend your time there, aside from being out of body?
Just sit there. I don't even know what I'm doing there.
Do you ever come out of the cage?
Sometimes.
What is that like?
This doesn't feel good.
Tell me about it.
I just see myself walking. It just doesn't feel nice.
You see yourself walking. Is there anything else about where you're walking or what you're doing that you notice?
It's just like I'm alive, but I'm not really alive. I'm just a body.
Uh-huh. And these other people that are keeping you in a cage, have you ever seen them?
I see men, and I see one in particular, and he has like a mustache.
What does he look like?
Kind of bald, and he's kind of round,
Mm-hmm.
and he has a mustache. It's not very nice.
How does he treat you?
Like I'm not human.
Tell me more.
They're just not nice. I just don't understand why I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
It's all very confusing.
Uh-huh. So you spend your time in this cage, and occasionally you walk around, but mostly you're treated like you're not even a human. And the one person you do see is like this large man, got a mustache and a bald head.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time you spend your time out of body.
Yeah.
You said you felt like you were on a ship. Was there anything about the ship that you noticed, or anything else that you do that you notice?
It just seems kind of old. I mean, it's wooden.
Uh, or anything else that looks important or interesting about
No, I feel like I die there.
Let's go to when you die there. Be there now and tell me what you feel, what you sense about
I feel like I've been waiting for it for a long time.
that. Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
I was just sad because my body was just left there. I just watched myself. My body just raced away.
Now that you're on the other side of that life, just let your soul leave that body. You get a sense as to how you were put into this cage and the circumstance behind it.
Something about trade that started off as trade and then just, I don't know. I think it was maybe a person that just decided to just keep me there just for like fun.
Oh. Is there anything else that looks important about that lifetime?
Just my connection with the animals that were in the other cages. That was the one good thing that I got to spend time with them and get to know them. They seemed to get off the ship. They seemed to go somewhere else, but I don't know.
Well, now that you're outside that lifetime, do you get a sense as to what the purpose or lesson for that life was?
It was definitely one of the darkest ones, and seems to be polarity.
Okay. Is there anything you were learning in that lifetime?
Well, I did learn some skills
Tell me about that.
of being out of body. Something about the communication with the animals.
Anything else you notice about that lifetime and the purpose or lesson?
I just that I can live through that. I can live through anything.
Oh, okay. Great. Okay, let's leave that scene. Let's leave that lifetime and move back in time to another time, another place. There's information we would like to find to help you in the very best way that we can. And we're moving back and back and back. We're looking for the most appropriate time and place to stop and look at and examine and be there now, this other time, this other place. Just tell me the very first thing that you notice or the very first sense.
I'm aboard a ship, spaceship.
Uh-huh. Tell me more.
Um, I seem to be just hovering over something.
What do you feel your ship looks like from the inside? You're using your senses.
So almost like it's shaped like a teardrop that's sideways. And it's like there's metal, but then it's not metal because it's also translucent.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like big windows within our windows. It's like you can see through it from the inside out.
How would you explain the windows, or how would you describe them?
Well, it's almost like if you imagine windows here, like the space that they should be, but you could almost just put your hand through them. They're there, but they're not there.
Interesting. What do you see on the other side of the window?
It's kind of foggy, like almost like if you were in the clouds. White, foggy.
And can you sense or feel the floor of your ship?
Yeah, it's the same. It's like I know there's something there supporting me, but when I look down, I see the shiny like metal, but then it also I can see straight through it, and like there's nothing there.
Okay. And how else do you feel the ship looks inside? Like if you were to walk around it.
It's not very big. There's panels, like some kinds of instruments. There's one thing in the middle that's almost like a wheel, just round. I feel like I'm what would be considered like the captain. There's other people that I ask to do things and they're doing the things.
What do you feel your role is as captain there?
Well, I don't know. I heard peaceful mission.
Oh, tell me about yourself. If you just focus deeply in on yourself there, how would you describe yourself?
I'm really tall. It's like I have a kind of robe or something. Really long on the arms, down to the floor. And really tall and skinny. But kind and gentle.
You get a sense what your face looks like there, what you feel your face looks
It has features, but it feels a bit translucent, just like the ship.
like. Mm-hmm. How would you describe the features that you sense?
There's eyes, but they're kind of different. Like a small nose and a small mouth.
What do your eyes feel like they look like?
They feel bigger than human eyes. No eyelashes and no eyebrows. My actual, like the top of my head, it feels like bigger.
Uh-huh.
Like if there were like a big brain, so the head had to be bigger. That type of thing.
Do you have a color to your body?
Kind of translucent white.
Uh-huh. Are you wearing anything on your body?
There's something like pants, but then there's the robe over it. I have a buckle, so kind of thing around my waist.
Do you have any symbols or signs anywhere on your body?
In my buckle, there's something. Um, Hard to describe it though. It's these lines. It seems kind of important.
You get a sense what the lines mean?
Oh, for some reason, I feel like when I touch the buckle or when I touch the symbol, it's a way of communicating information back to whoever it is that I'm communicating to.
Can you try it out and see what kind of information you can receive?
It's more like information that I send.
Oh,
I feel like we're observing as a ship. We're there to observe. We do that, and then I send information back.
can you go to one of the times you've sent information back and tell me about it?
There's something about the atmosphere. We're collecting information about the atmosphere, and I feel like we're scouts.
And what sort of information about the atmosphere did you find today?
It seems like an atmosphere that would be hospitable to our species.
Oh, okay. You said you're scouts.
Mm-hmm. Now there's other ships like ours that are at other places doing the same thing.
And what is it that you're doing?
We're exploring other places that we could take up residence.
Why?
Because we'll need to leave soon.
Why?
Because where we are currently, well, where my people are, we can't stay there much longer.
You know why?
Because we can't breathe the air anymore.
What happened to the air?
It's almost like it's getting poisoned.
You know how it got like that?
It's natural. There's something about the gas on that planet. It's some natural evolution of the planet.
Can you tell me about the planet where you're from? Remember it?
Seems red. The rocks seem red.
Do you remember what it was like before on your planet?
Yeah, I see waterfalls. Used to be really pretty.
Oh, how would you describe it?
It was very green. Lots of huge leaves, really beautiful leaves. And there were so many waterfalls. There was lots of life, a lot of different species of animals that lived there. They've all left, or they've died. Something happened to them.
Do you get a sense as to what happened?
They just couldn't survive.
And so you're searching for a new place.
Yeah.
Have you found anything?
We found some that seem to be promising, but we know we have a little bit of time, so we're not frantic.
Mm-hmm.
We have time to search for a place that can suit all of our needs.
What are your needs?
The needs are basic. We're just searching for a planet that matches our frequency, has the basic needs to survive. We can continue to exist
Mm-hmm.
in peace and harmony. Our race can survive.
Tell me about your race. What do you notice about your race?
Well, we're very peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
I almost want to say simple, but not in the sense that we would think of it here. It's a simplistic nature.
Mm.
We just enjoy existing.
So you spend your time on this ship being almost like a commander of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else about that that looks important or interesting?
Well, it's kind of boring.
Tell me about that.
Well, I realize I have a mission and I have a purpose, but I'd much rather just be on a planet, not having to scout. I don't like being on a ship. I'd rather be on a planet.
Get a sense why you became this Commander?
I had the most knowledge about what we need as a race.
You get a sense as to why you had that knowledge?
Because I've existed for a really long time.
Oh, tell me about that.
So I don't feel like I died like average time span. I just feel like I brought knowledge. Kind of odd to explain.
Uh-huh.
It's almost just like transitioning, not like death that we think of it here. But each transition, I was just gaining more and more knowledge. I was able to retain it from each transition. So I had a lot of knowledge.
Okay. So let's leave that scene and move ahead in time in that same lifetime where something important is happening. And be there now. What do you notice now?
So we found a planet, and we're all there. It was kind of like Earth, but physical side of it, like not humans. The humans are there.
Tell me more about it.
Well, it's beautiful. There's a lot of nature and a lot of water. We seem to like water for some reason.
You get a sense why you like water?
We like the sound of it, and we like bathing in it. Helps to just to clear away something. Clears away something that builds up on us. A natural way of cleansing.
And to get a sense how you do that with the water?
How we communicate with the water, and because we have a relationship with it, it's able to help us.
So you're looking for a place with water and you found a place?
Yeah, there's lots of water. There's also green, which we like. It's very pleasant. And it was nice because I actually got to die on the planet, and I was glad I didn't die on the ship.
What was it like when you died on the ground?
I knew I was going to. I knew when that was going to happen. So it was peaceful.
Tell me about it.
Oh, my body just it was time for my body to end. I was very willing to leave. I feel like what I was there to do had been completed.
So just allow your soul to leave that body behind. And now from the other side of that lifetime, you get a sense as to what the purpose of that life was.
Yeah, I was there to be of service to my people.
Tell me about that.
It just makes me feel emotional because I loved my people, my race so much.
Tell me more about your people and your race. Now that you're on the other side of that life, do you get a sense of what happened to them?
Yeah, they're just such peaceful beings, and they just have such a beautiful frequency.
Mm.
They seem to just accept whatever was going to happen, and they were just able to make choices very easily. There just wasn't the polarity that we have here. It was such a wider perspective.
Mm. Okay.
I felt very fortunate to exist in that life.
Wonderful. Just drift and float away from that lifetime, leaving that person there to continue on their journey. Now I'd like all your consciousness or personality to return and integrate back into the body, replacing any other parts. Please speak with your higher self now, please. And I speak directly with your higher self now.
Okay?
I respect the power of the higher self because I know you take care of your body and you do a very good job of that. I also know you have the records of everything that has ever happened to her. Why did you show her first at lifetime where she was first with these really tall beings and long hands and big feet? But they all seem to be having a mission. Why did you show her that?
It's very important for her to know that it's not just on this planet. There's other planets that beings roam around in a state of being unaware,
Oh,
so that she's not so critical of humans.
and where was this other place? And is there anything else about this other place you want to tell her?
Well, she had a lifetime there, but she didn't enjoy it.
Oh, so you wanted to show her that it's not just here where people are unaware. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you show her that experience, being in a cage? What did you want her to see?
That was one of the hardest lives that she lived, and she felt like it was never going to end. But she's so resilient. So it's important for her to understand that.
Okay. Is there anything else about that lifetime that's important for her to understand?
Her bond with animals, being able to communicate with them, it's doesn't even understand how the depth of at which she can communicate.
Can you tell me about that?
She's able to integrate with other beings in a sense that there is no communication needed.
I see. And so, why did you want her to know this? Is there anything she should do with this information?
It's one of her gifts, and she feels into it, but she doesn't know the depth of it.
Is there anything else you want to talk to her about when it comes to this?
Well, there's so many gifts that are still yet to be tapped into. I want her to feel what's within her. She can feel it now.
And what is within her?
Everything.
What other gifts does she have that are not tapped into?
She has the ability to communicate directly with anybody, telepathically.
How can she best use this gift?
Well, she needs to cultivate it, and she does need to bring awareness to it, but also tread lightly with it, because humanity is not quite ready for that.
Okay. How can she cultivate it?
In practice, she's already practicing. She already knows she has it.
And how can she use it?
She can help people because when she's interacting with them and communicating with them, she can actually go directly to their subconscious, communicate with their subconscious.
Incredible. Does she have any other gifts that she hasn't tapped into?
Nature and animals, always communicating with them. It's the same with animals, though. She can go into their subconscious.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else about that you want to tell her?
She needs to get out of her way.
How can she do that?
Doesn't believe in herself.
Tell me more.
Well, she believes that if she really stepped into all of this, that it would be so beyond what everybody is capable of right now that she would, in a sense, not fit in, but she's not meant to fit in.
Oh,
And it would actually help other people to open up. And then she would find that there are more people like her.
oh. So how do you want her to start that process?
If she knows that by doing that, she's going to be helping other people, then she'll do it.
Okay. Does she understand this now? Why did you show her that she was, on a ship as a commander and looking for another place to live? Why did you show her this?
Because she has also had other lives where she helps her race, and that's what she's doing right now with humanity.
Oh. What is she doing right now to help humanity?
She's helping them evolve.
How?
By opening them up and helping them to see who they truly are.
Was there anything about that you want to tell her?
No, she knows that already.
Okay. Where was this place, this planet that they lost?
It was Mars.
And what is her race? Do they have a name or anything that you want to tell her?
Well, there are many of her people here that were from that planet. Most of the people that she connects with are from there.
And how will she know when she's connecting with them that they're from there?
She knows because they're at the same frequency.
Oh, I see. Are they different than regular people?
They are different because they have a similar mission to her. And they all understand that. to a certain degree.
What is their mission?
To join humanity, to bring everyone together as one.
What is her purpose in this lifetime?
Simply to be true to herself.
How can she best fulfill that purpose?
Do what brings her joy.
Is there anything that she's not doing that would bring her a lot of joy if she were to try it?
Yeah, there's lots of things. And she knows most of them. She keeps herself very small.
Why?
It's a form of protection.
Where did her need to protect herself originate?
She brought a lot of it with her into this lifetime.
From where?
She's had many lifetimes where she protected her race and her people. And so she has this frequency of protection that's like embedded in her.
Oh. Okay. Anything else about that that's important for her to understand?
She doesn't need it anymore.
Oh, now that she's aware of it, is there anything else that she needs to understand about it before you can release it?
She has a hard time with change.
No, tell me about that.
It's been that way for a long time. It's hard when you've had lifetimes of protecting. It's hard to drop that mask.
What advice do you want to give her as to how to let this go?
She's feeling the frequency of it right
Can you release it for her? How are you going to do that?
now. There's a shift in the vibration.
Okay. Is she feeling or sensing anything? Let me know when you're done. What are the main lessons that she's trying to learn in this life?
Trust herself.
How can she best learn this lesson?
She's learning to trust her intuition. And she's learning to stay within her center. And it's as simple as that.
What is preventing her from trusting herself?
Past experience.
Any that you want to talk about?
All based around other people's opinions and projections.
Well, since she's aware of this and its past experiences, does she need this anymore?
No, she doesn't.
Can she release this?
Yes.
Since that's one of the main lessons that she's learning, do you have any other advice on how she can fully learn to trust herself?
She's already on the path. She just needs to keep following it.
Is there anything that you want to tell her about that?
There's a higher consciousness merging that's occurring.
Great. Tell me more about that.
So that there's not such a gap between the higher consciousness.
Fantastic.
It's more accessible.
Can I keep asking questions as we do that?
Yes.
What healing does does she need to do for her anxiety? What is the very root cause of her anxiety?
There's a darkness there.
Not from this life or a different life. Where does it originate?
Mm, not hers.
Oh,
It's holding on to something that's not hers.
I see. Now that she's aware of it, can you release this for her since it's not even hers? It doesn't come from anywhere. It's not even hers.
Mm. I'm working on it.
Okay. What are you doing?
I'm releasing it.
Can I talk to you while you're doing it?
Yes.
What is the greatest gift that she can give herself?
Love.
How can she best give herself love?
By knowing what she truly is.
Now that she knows who she truly is, can she give herself love?
Yes.
What is the greatest gift that she can give humanity?
So,
How could she best give herself to humanity?
by being love.
Oh, what about the earth? What's the best gift she could give the earth?
She's already giving it.
What is she doing?
She's working with it.
How can she best remind people that they are divine love?
They'll notice it within her, and so they see it reflecting in themselves.
Oh, wow. Okay. What do you want to tell her about her new partner? Is that a good or bad relationship for her?
It's a very good relationship.
She was wondering if it was too good to be true. What would you like to say?
She deserves that.
How can her partner her bring gifts in together?
They're already doing what needs to be done between them. They'll follow. They'll follow the path.
What is their role together?
Simply to be.
Are they doing anything to help humanity or the earth together?
Them joining together. Simply what needs to be done.
Oh, okay. Anything else about that you want to tell her?
It's a huge leap for both of them in their evolution to be in this union.
Wow, tell me more about that.
Because where each one is headed has a slower path, faster path, and they're together, they're on the faster.
there anything else about their union that you would like to tell her?
Just enjoy it.
Is there anything else about their soul's journey together?
I don't want to say too much. It's all going to be revealed.
Well, when will it be revealed?
When they're ready.
And what type of thing will be revealed?
The depth.
Have they ever had a lifetime together before?
We've had many. Many.
She ever had a lifetime with her two daughters before? Anything you want to tell her about?
Oh, they've traveled through the stars together many times. Very bonded.
What did her daughters come here to do?
They have their own lesson to learn and something that she needs to understand. That it's their path. She's there to support them. They also have to follow their path.
How can she best support them on their journey and their path?
Simply by being there for them. It's an anchor.
Is there any other advice you want to tell her about how to be there for them and support them?
So they're like flowers that are blooming, and she's the sun, and all she simply needs to do is shine.
Beautiful. Right. Did she ever have a past life with her mother?
Yes.
Is there anything that you want to tell her?
It's a lot of heartache in the lives they've had together. In closing this life with her mother, these need to be addressed.
Tell me more.
There's a path of addressing heartache that's hard to step into, and she resists it a lot.
What's the best way for her to do that?
Know that it leads to love.
Oh. Okay. Why did her sister pass in the way that she did?
She chose that path for herself.
Why?
Path she wanted to experience.
Did she learn anything from that?
She learned how it affects others.
What is she doing now?
She's peaceful now. She's with her always.
What led up to that experience, her passing?
She was very broken and very lost. She didn't feel that she could repair herself, so she decided to exit.
Why was she so broken?
She came in broken. It's part of her choice.
What was the root cause of her brokenness?
She wanted to experience being broken.
And why did her partner at the time leave in the same way?
It was prearranged.
Why did Tiffany have a sister that left in that way? Was her purpose or lesson she was trying to learn?
It was very important for her to have trauma at that time in her life. Because part of this lifetime is focusing on going inward and recovering parts of herself that have been lost for a very long time. And that was the catalyst for that path.
Oh. Why does she have parts of herself lost?
There were fragments that needed to return.
What caused the fragmentation?
He wanted to experience so much, and at times when that occurs, there's fragments in the soul and it's harder to retrieve them.
Hmm. Has she retrieved all her parts and integrated them, or is there any more that you could retrieve and integrate now?
There are more parts to retrieve. Some of these she will need to do on her own
Why?
because that's her choice coming in.
Are there any that you can retrieve now?
There are some.
Can you do that now?
Yes.
Let me know when you're done. I'm just curious if she's one of the 3 waves of volunteers. Has she been on Earth prior to this lifetime?
She has lived lives on Earth.
All right. Can you do a body scan on her? Scan her body and look deep into her body. Tell me how her body looks.
There's nothing of great importance, but there is some misalignment which I can correct.
Oh, great. Can you correct that now? Did you address all of her anxiety, or is there any more anxiety that you would like to address?
Some of it can't be addressed at this time.
Why?
Part of her path.
What do you want to tell her about this?
Well, it's going to lead her somewhere that she needs to journey to. And I'm not going to take that away from her.
Okay. Well, can you release what you can today?
Yes.
What is the very root cause of her hot flashes? The very root cause.
It's denial of being in the body.
Oh. What do you want her to understand?
That it's safe to be in the body.
Does she understand this now?
Getting there.
Well, she said that she has a hard time staying grounded. What do you want to tell her about that? How can she stay grounded?
Yes, she's always floating. I can help her.
Okay, how can you help her with this?
I can help to anchor her.
Can you do that right now? Was there any other purpose for the hot flashes?
Well, the body is also adjusting, so there is purpose in that.
Tell me more.
There's an actual temperature fluctuation, and there's purpose in that.
What's the purpose?
Calibration.
Oh. Well, do you want her to be on the BHRT, or does this hinder anything?
If it helps her in her day-to-day life, then she can be on it.
Does it hinder anything?
No.
Okay, great. And how does it look like that affects her body? Is it beneficial or not?
It can be beneficial, but there's ways to relieve the body from what can cause distress, and if that's available, then it's advised to use that.
Could you tell me what you're talking about? What other things?
There are plants, natural products to use.
Are there any that you would like her to use instead?
There's a flower essence, calendula.
What is it?
Calendula.
And would you rather she uses this instead?
You can supplement it.
Okay. Anything else that you want her to do?
Yeah.
So do you want her to stay on the BHRT?
Yes, she can stay on.
Okay.
She won't be on it for very long.
Oh, okay. When will she notice that she should get off?
She'll know. She'll want to experiment with coming off of it because she doesn't like being on anything anyway.
Okay.
And when she does that, she'll find that she has balance.
Oh, great. She was curious about her diet. What do you want to tell her about the diet that she's currently on?
Mhm. She just needs to listen to her body. If she feels like her body desires something, then there's a purpose.
Well, are eggs beneficial or not for her?
Yes, they are beneficial at this time.
And what about her vegan diet? Is that beneficial to her or not?
It's beneficial, but she just needs to be aware of being open to her body's desires when the needs change.
Okay. Is there any healing that you could give her body right now?
Yes.
Let me know when you're done.
Okay.
Are there any activations you could give her right now?
Yes.
Let me know when you're done doing that.
Okay.
Okay. Can you rebalance all of her chakras?
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to tell her about anything at all?
I just want to tell her that she is loved.
Beautiful.
She is perfectly on her path.
And what are her next steps after this? Do you have any advice for her after this? What do you want her to do next?
There are many doors opening for her right now, and all she needs to do is step through them.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much.